Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. The long-awaited Champions League fixture against Man City is very near, and as I had said earlier, I will provide you the details for the upcoming match, analysing both our strengths and weaknesses, and at the same time we will also assess how City have been playing this season. So we will cover all facets partly in this video today and partly in another video that I will be providing to you tomorrow. We also have some transfer rumors that we will deal with at the end of the video, so let's get started. Firstly, talking about how the first leg went. Fair to say it was a disappointing result. City won the first leg at the Santiago Burnabeau 2-1. Isco had scored the first goal of the match in the 68th minute, but City came back with two late goals, changing the complexion of the tie. And the most important factor here is the two away goals advantage that they have taken back home to England. And we know what role the away rule has come to play, especially in the past 6 to 7 years. So that match was disappointing for us, and at the same time equally enjoyable for the Man City fans. In fact, some Man City fans have even gone to say that the victory against a European powerhouse like Real Madrid was the highlight of the season so far. Now a tie that is far from over, and City enjoying the away victory so profoundly against Real Madrid goes on to say much about the kind of season that they have been having. It has been far from ideal. Pep and co have not been able to meet the expectations of the Man City fans as they were mightily inconsistent in the Premier League. There have been more lows in the season than highs, which City fans desire, and right from the beginning of the season, City have had some underwhelming performances. They have slipped up in big matches against the likes of Liverpool, Manchester United, and most recently, they have failed to go past Mikel Arteta's Arsenal in the FA Cup, bowing out of the competition in the semi-finals. The highs for City also include getting their hands on the Carabao Cup for the third consecutive season in a row, but if we just have a look at the Premier League table here, we can see City were very far from their competitors Liverpool at the top of the table. City ended with 81 points, while Liverpool ended with 99 points. The difference between the two has been difficult for City fans to cope up with, especially considering the kind of season they have had last season and the season before, where they had amassed a mammoth 198 points. The Premier League pretty much was over before the lockdown, and it has not been the case that post-lockdown City were uprooting trees. The inconsistency still prevailed during the final matches of the season. As we see the results City have had post-lockdown, they have lost to Chelsea, they have lost to Arsenal twice, they have also lost to Southampton. But I must say, in between these losses, there were also some big victories against the likes of teams that have languished in the bottom half of the table. So here, basically speaking, we do have a fair idea about how this Man City side operates. If you let them hit their strides, this team has the ability to dominate and play some beautiful attacking football that we have come to see from Pep Guardiola's side over the years. This year, although the major point of weakness of City's side was the lack of depth in defense, and it has been no hidden fact as they have been exposed over and over again in many of the matches. They had not brought in the defender of Vincent Kompany's caliber, who departed from City at the end of last season, and the season looked like it was going to be a long one after Laporte picked up a serious injury in the early stages of the season. Yes, there have been some good signs regarding Eric Garcia stepping up, but City's defense will be an area that Zidane will be having a keen eye on, and I'm sure he would be working hard day in, day out to find the best possible way that we can exploit the weakness of this defensively fragile City side. But coming to City's strengths, as we know, it is their attack. I have just done a bit of research gathering some stats for you Madridistas about our UCL rivals, and as you can see here, they have had 143 goals in 57 matches in all competitions, and they have had 62% of the possession and have averaged 19 shots per game, and those are some good attacking stats. And their highest goal scorers in the Premier League have been Raheem Sterling with 20 goals, Sergio Aguero with 16, Gabriel Jesus with 14, Kevin De Bruyne with 13, and Riyad Mahrez with 11 goals. So definitely they have the firepower up front to rattle any team in the world on their day. Especially here, Kevin De Bruyne has had a fabulous season. What a talent he is. He will score goals, he will provide assists, and this season he equaled the record of Thierry Henry for most assists in a season in the Premier League. He will be the man that we will have to contain if we are to come out of this match with a positive result. So we have to watch out and be wary, because in games with such fine margins, even small mistakes can take the tie out of our hands and bring an end to the Champions League journey. And now that we have spoken a lot about our rivals, it's time we speak about ourselves. Analyze what's right, what's wrong for us going into the match. And when I say what's wrong with our team, the first thing that comes to our mind is Sergio Ramos. Yes, as many of you know, Sergio Ramos had unfortunately picked up a red card in the first leg, and he is suspended for the match against Man City. Now that itself is a massive blow considering how he has been the cornerstone of Real Madrid's defense, which ended up with some superb defensive stats. And not just that, Ramos also has the ability and knack of getting some big goals and big matches. So going into this fixture, had Sergio Ramos been available, that would have been a massive boost for Real Madrid. But the good news here is that he would be travelling with the squad, will be there along with his teammates to boost the morale of the players, and his leadership qualities off the pitch will be very handy for the team. We have some youngsters in our squad, and definitely Ramos, being a heavyweight in the dressing room, an inspiration for his teammates, will be there giving them words of motivation, driving the players to give in their best in the match against Man City. Our defense has been our strength this season. We have even trumped Atletico Madrid in this department. As you see here, Atletico have conceded 27 and Real have only conceded 25 in the league. Basically, in the past few years, our success has depended on our attacking prowess up front with the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Benzema and Bale in their prime. But this season, Zidane has made a proper assessment of the players at his disposal and made a tactical shift, emphasizing more on defensive solidarity, which led to them having 19 clean sheets in this season. The likes of Varane, Ramos, Mendy, Carvajal, Marcelo, Militao have been very important in achieving this feat. And of course, we cannot ignore the work ethic of Casemiro just in front of the defense. Now coming to the attacking department. Firstly, I have put forward some stats for you. In the attacking department, we have scored 99 goals in 50 matches with a shots per game average of 15.4. Now obviously, if we compare it with City, that is a bit less. But we have to also consider the fact that our star signing Eden Hazard was out due to injury in a number of matches. Adding to that, the injury woes of Asensio also limited his involvement in the season. As a result, the burden of goal scoring fell on our young players who have been superb this season. But don't get me wrong, they have not been able to provide the consistency when it comes to goals output up front. And as we know, behind Benzema, it was Ramos who was our second highest goal scorer. But a point of advantage when it comes to our attacking department is the number of players who have been involved in scoring goals. We have had 21 different goal scorers throughout the campaign. We have had our defenders scoring. We have had goals from the midfield. And up front, we have had Benzema with a chunk of goals. So this just tells that Real have the firepower. We have the players who are not afraid of having a crack at goal. We have had some magnificent goals from Kroos, and even our defensive midfielder Casemiro has scored a few important goals this season. So that is something that we have to be optimistic about. Now those are the few things that I have put forward regarding the big UCL tie. There will be more pre-match analysis as I will be providing another video of whom Zidane may choose to play in the match against Man City. We will also discuss a few details about our players and we will dive into what Real must do to overcome City in the video that I will be providing to you tomorrow as we continue our build-up for the match against Man City. But for the time being, I would like to end this video with some transfer news for you all. There have been reports suggesting that Real Madrid are willing to sell Sergio Reguilon for a fee of 20 million euros. The young left-back, who was loaned to Sevilla, has had a good season there, and there have been interest from many clubs, including clubs from the Premier League. Real don't see him playing ahead of the likes of Mendy, who was our signing of the year, and Marcelo, who was rotated by Zidane throughout the campaign. But it is important to note here that Real Madrid are also considering to extend the loan deal with Sevilla for another season if a proper offer doesn't come their way. Another potential factor in any deal could be Real Madrid inserting a buyback clause so that when Marcelo's time with us comes to an end, Reguilon can come back to the club and give proper competition to Mendy in the left-back position. Marcelo's current contract runs till 2022. Effectively, he has 2 more years left on his contract. So in my opinion, Real should allow Reguilon to ply his trade in Sevilla, where he would get good playing time and continue to grow as a player. And when Marcelo bids us farewell, we can then bring him back to add quality in our left-back position. Reguilon is a true Madridista and I would like to see him at the club, hence we have to wait and watch what decision the club takes in the coming few days. The club will also take a decision on Dani Ceballos in the coming days as well. I will keep you updated with these rumors and transfer deals in the days to come, and that is all we have in this video. Tomorrow, the Champions League build-up continues on my channel. I would be hoping you could spare some time and join me as we assess the prospects of defying the odds and going past Man City in the Champions League. Let me know what you thought about the topics that I have discussed in this video in the comments section below. Like, share and subscribe to my channel if you like my content. I will be back here soon. Till then, stay safe and Hala Madrid!